No.
Your body's been discovered. After a certain amount of time, a trial will begin.
The hell?
My name is X. I'm the mascot of this killing game show.
Huh?
Nah.
What?
Duh, you doy.
Huh?
Bitch.
The hell?
Stupid bitch disorder.
The hell? No.
Oh, shit!
Impossible.
Duh, you doy.
I'm not a doctor.
Why?
Yes. Listen to me.
No!
Indeed.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Hear me out.
Just so you know,
Duh.
Yeah.
What?
Indeed.
Hear me out. Huh? Cool. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
Well, pay attention.
Hear me out. Yeah! Huh? Yeah! What?
What? Are you serious?
Sup? Ratioed.
Izumi.
I'm in.
Please enjoy!
Not too shabby.
Yeah.
This again?
So, what to do?
What? Huh. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Understand.
Consider the following.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Well,
Nah.
huh?
Dear contestants,
What?
Since this is your first time here, let me briefly explain the basics of a trial. Because it is, after all, the first trial, I've decided that the entire process will be made easier. Your main task is to figure out the murder weapon. But of course, you can't just spill random answers and hope one would stick. You need to explain how the poor girl, Kanade Airi, was killed with that weapon. To put it simply, you must uncover all the steps the culprit took to kill her. There's no need to figure out the killer's identity at the moment. Once you've reached the correct conclusion, I will spare your life. That's all for our explanation. If you don't have any further questions, then let the trial begin. Why are you all sitting in silence? Come on, say something.
I don't want to be that bitch again, but if no one's willing to open their mouth, then I'll just say this. Ichinose Shion, you're the murderer.
I'm not. Seriously, will you quit it?
Don't act all innocent. The only person here with a shred of connection to Kanade Airi is none other than you. Isn't it incredibly suspicious how no one here except you has a history with the victim?
I'm the only one with a connection? Please. We were in the same class. I could say the same about you. Accusing me with that logic is no different than putting your own head on the chopping block.
Well, maybe because I wasn't a fucking bully? You bullied that girl and nearly beat her to death! How dare you stand on your high horse and accuse me of being the killer!
Guys, please, chill out. I want to ask X, is the killer really among us?
Questions irrelevant to the case will not be answered. Like I said, your goal is to figure out how the culprit committed the crime, not who they are.
Well, then there's no reason for us to suspect each other, right?
To host a murder mystery game and not even allow us to find the killer. How third rate.
Well, I never said I didn't allow you to discuss the matter. It's just, well, there's no reason to be doing so when all you need to do is figure out how the victim was killed. Accomplish that, and I'll let you out of here. No punishment shall be ensured.
Oh, we can get out of this place if we solve this?
Out of this room.
Oh.
I think if we want to solve this, we need to band together and not suspect one another. Remember, we need to focus on solving how the murder was done.
Yeah, he's totally right. We'll get nowhere if we keep suspecting Shion. X is the killer! That should be obvious from the start! We have one enemy, and suspecting each other will only prevent us from solving this case.
Agreed. For our survival, we have to live by his rules. Let's focus solely on piecing this puzzle together.
You're just saying that because you're the biggest suspect!
Will you all shut up? This is getting us nowhere. Can someone who's at the crime scene speak up?
Yes, I must agree. Since we were not all able to participate in the investigation, can someone who did please lead this trial?
Hold on a moment. Why don't we just, shout random bullshit causes of death to X? One's gotta turn out right.
Whatever. I was at the crime scene, so I'll start. I think she was stabbed to death. The evidence points to this being the case.
Stabbed to death? Is that correct, X? Will you let us go now?
Solving the how done is not simply figuring out the cause of death. For as long as you can't tell me the steps in which the culprit took to kill the victim, I'm afraid I can't let you out of here.
Those are such unfair terms and conditions!
Then, to continue Miss Ayumi's proposal earlier, would anyone else that was at the crime scene like to add anything?
Don't you think it's unfair that we had to do all the work while you all just sit on your golden throne directing us? Jeez, I even spent my precious time relaying all the info I investigated to you all.
I must apologize. We are in no condition to investigate. I hope that you all understand.
Yeah, right.
Actually, to expand on Kari K's idea, I do think she's heading in the right direction.
Oh, I know, right?
Please, could you clarify what you mean by that?
Just spill random ideas on our cause of death until we hit the nail. Might not solve the whole case, but still, finding the cause of death is the first step.
You know, we could have avoided this if you had just been at the crime scene, Doctor.
Guys, I'm not a doctor. Besides that, I need to take care of Shoji.
Bruh, all I did was say I was okay and leave.
So I did help, did I not?
Stop this nonsense. Can we return to our last discussion? How did Kanade Airi die? We need to talk about this.
Let's discuss the victim's cause of death.
Rapid fire! Let's go!
With all those wounds, did she bleed to death?
There were wounds on her body, but there weren't a lot of blood splatters around the area.
Well, it's just like I said. She was attacked with a knife. But after slashing her multiple times, the culprit used that same knife to kill her.
Let's discuss the...
With all those...
Well, it's just... But after slashing her multiple times, the culprit used that same knife to kill her.
Let's...
With all those...
Well, but after slashing her multiple times, the culprit used that same knife to kill her.
No, that's wrong!
No, that's not true, Hoshino. The knife wasn't the murder weapon.
Explain.
According to the case file, no fatal wounds can be found in the victim's body. This holds especially true when we were investigating her body.
Yeah, no fatal wounds on her body at all.
I see.
However, if the knife was not used to kill the victim, where did all these slash wounds come from? Mind answering that?
I got it! Well, it was caused by the knife. Yeah. We found a bloody knife wrapped in paper towels at the crime scene. Sorry if we haven't mentioned that yet.
But I believe you said she wasn't killed by a knife.
So what? Just because the culprit didn't kill her with a knife doesn't mean they can't wound her with one.
But why would they do that? If the killer had the knife, why wouldn't they just use it to kill her?
Well, what if they just didn't want to? Just because I like eating vegetables doesn't mean I'm vegetarian.
We don't need to solve the
why done it
of the case, so there's no point of mulling over that, agreed? For now, let's just focus on finding the victim's cause of death.
But with the clues we have, I can't think of any possible causes at all.
Me too, but let's not give up. If anyone has any ideas, please speak up.
Me too is crazy.
Anyone?
I'm sorry. I'm not exactly good with this kind of stuff.
Hold on. No fatal wounds can be found in the victim's body. Isn't that statement on its own a big clue on how she was killed?
Could you please clarify?
You know, if you have no fatal wounds, then that kind of points us in the right direction already.
No, wait. You're right, because... I got it! It means that the victim's cause of death was not from that of a physical attack.
Exactly! God, I couldn't think of a way to phrase that. But that means the killer probably used some sort of unorthodox method then.
Unorthodox method? Like poisoning?
No evidence of that at all.
Well, X could just poison anyone at any time they want, right? Since X killed her, I don't think poisoning should be ruled out as a possibility.
You can believe that I killed her all you want if that line of reasoning somehow satisfies your conscience. But I can tell you right now that you won't figure out how the culprit committed the crime if you keep on that idiotic assumption of me being your suspect.
She didn't die from being poisoned. That much should have been obvious.
Regardless, it's now a huge clue that she didn't die from any external injuries.
Well, wait! That doesn't seem to make a lot of sense now, does it? I know I only saw her body for a brief moment, but those cuts still burn deep into my mind. It's terrifying. But still, they're probably related to how she was killed, right?
That's true. Why would the killer use the knife to wound her if they do not mean to kill her with it? Even though she didn't die from the wounds themselves, there has to be a deeper reason why the killer had to attack her with a knife.
did the culprit need to attack Kanade with a knife?
To kill her. Duh.
We just gone over that.
Well, just because she wasn't killed with a knife doesn't mean it wasn't the killer's intention to do so.
All of those wounds on her. Do you think we might have tied her up so that they could torture her?
It's probably not that. Maybe the knife attack was just an attempt to incapacitate her?
I can name better methods of incapacitation than that.
Why did the...
We just...
So that they could...
It's probably not that. Maybe the knife attack was just an attempt to incapacitate her?
I agree with that. You're right, Nishino. I think the culprit probably used the knife in an attempt to incapacitate the victim.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Looking at the state of her wounds, I imagine the killer was probably chasing her down with a knife.
Yes, the wounds on her body were matching that of defensive wounds. Specifically, examination revealed cuts on the palms and fingers, likely from attempt to grab or block the knife, and slash wounds on the forearms, indicating efforts to shield themselves from the attacker. So, you're probably right about the culprit using a knife to incapacitate her in a chase down.
Oh, what is this? Saturday the 14th?
That's literally what I imagined in my head.
But why use a knife? Just swing a baseball bat at her head or something if the goal is incapacitation.
Perhaps the knife was the only tool available to the murderer at that moment?
Or they could just be an amateur.
What if they were attacking her with a knife and changed their mind last minute? Like, oh, maybe we should kidnap her instead.
God damn it! If they subdued the damn victim with a knife, then that's what they did! Stop asking stupid questions and wasting our time with your irrelevant possibilities!
No, hear me out. I think this is important. It's something I noticed about the victim's body.
And when did you investigate? I thought you didn't give a fuck.
No, I did investigate. It only took one look to comprehend the state of the victim. Anyways, what I've been trying to say is... why would the culprit expect to fully subdue their victim with a knife? Especially considering how the wounds weren't even on significant spots like the tendons. The victim would likely be able to move while they're trying to tie her up. She would still have the ability to fight back. So was the reason the culprit attacked her with a knife truly incapacitation? That'd be an insanely difficult feat for the culprit to accomplish. Assuming if they were acting alone, that is.
Wait, hold on. The knife could have been covered with some sort of sedative or poison. A single slash to the victim's skin would be enough to contaminate their blood with the substance, no?
Poison? Could that have been the cause of death?
No. I meant the poison could have been used at a smaller dosage. Enough to knock out the victim, but not enough to be lethal. Although, it does depend heavily on the exact poison the culprit used. But I doubt poisoning is the true cause of death. You'll understand why as the trial moves along.
Explain how this theory counters Iriyama's point.
Yes. To clarify, if you want to use the framework of the killer used the knife to incapacitate the victim, realistically, as Iriyama suggests, considering the location of the wounds, it doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? However, with the possibility of the knife being coated in some sort of substance to render the victim unconscious, it could theoretically make this framework possible. Is that a good enough explanation, Iriyama?
And what is this substance you're talking about?
Well, hypothetically, it could be something like a fast-acting sedative or paralytic agent. Substances like succinylcholine or certain synthetic opioids can incapacitate a person quickly if it infiltrates the victim's bloodstream.
How do you know all of that? But that's beside the point. There's no indication of poison in the evidence we've seen. If you look at the case file, there were no toxicology reports of any sort. And we can't do a lab analysis to confirm whether or not there was indeed residue of any kind of substance on the knife.
That's true. But how could the culprit tie the victim up if they did not incapacitate them? It's not possible, right? So then tell me, other than the knife, do you have evidence that the victim was subdued via any alternative methods? I know my argument is simply a theory to fill in the gaps, but this theory is able to accommodate both the evidence we have at hand and Iriyama's counter-argument. So for now, let's assume the knife was coated in succinylcholine. Thus, by simply slashing the victim with the knife, the culprit was able to easily subdue them by having the substance enter their bloodstream. Does anyone disagree with this theory?
Actually, yeah, you're right. I agree.
Thank you. I'm glad I could help ease your concerns.
Damn, Hanako! You're a huge nerd, aren't you?
Okay, since we've proven that the knife was definitely used to incapacitate her, I would assume that the killer ran at her swinging the knife until the victim couldn't fight back any longer due to being sedated. I believe that's when the killer took the opportunity to tie her up and kidnap her.
I beg your pardon, but where did the supposed conflict occur?
It wasn't at this place, was it?
She was probably kidnapped just like us. Except she just happened to be unlucky enough to be the first victim. So yeah, the conflict occurred somewhere in this place.
But then, if they were able to knock us unconscious, why couldn't they do the same to her in the first place? Why did they need to incapacitate her with the knife?
Well, there's one scenario I could think of. Kanade was kidnapped just like us, but she somehow awakened before any of us did. She probably tried to escape, but was caught by the mastermind.
Mastermind? I thought it was one of us who killed her.
Then that just means one of us is the mastermind behind this kidnapping.
Yeah. Who else, if not the mastermind, would have any reason to kill her? Only some fucker sick enough to kidnap and implant chips inside our brains would be fucked up enough to even think of murder. And if what X said about the killer being one of us is true, then that means one of you people is the mastermind behind this entire kidnapping.
Ugh, why are we derailing the conversation again? Why is this mastermind character even relevant to solving the murder? The reason for this or that doesn't matter. We were on the right track. The killer hunted down the victim with a knife, then proceeded to tie her up and used some other method to kill her. Can we please just discuss what that method is?
Yes, I agree with Hoshino. I apologize for derailing the discussion.
It's okay. All ideas should be welcomed. I'm glad everyone's contributing.
I'm surprised people aren't even contributing at all.
Vita! You barely talked this whole trial! Do you not have any shame in saying that?
I already solved the case. Why would I need to talk?
Huh? Isn't that all the more reason you should speak up?
But can you even call this a mystery? This is boring. I don't feel like talking. Besides, I already helped during the investigation. Maybe the people who didn't bother to investigate should be the ones contributing?
So you're just intentionally wasting our time.
No, I'll give you 10 minutes. If you can't even figure out this child's play riddle by that time, then I really have no reason to collaborate with any of you in this situation.
Jinta, please don't say that. We need to work together if we want to get out of here.
You guys really shouldn't be so overly positive like that.
God fucking damn it! What's the murder weapon? You bitches have been going back and forth on irrelevant topics, and I'm fucking sick of it. Answer me right now. What is the murder weapon?
The murder weapon should be in the classroom.
Are you trying to piss me off?
Can we please just remember what was inside the classroom? Think of all the possible items that were there at the crime scene. Any items that could potentially be a murder weapon. There would be no reason for X to tell us to find the murder weapon if the weapon itself wasn't even at the crime scene.
If it's not the knife, then it has to be the rope, right?
Wrong. There were no other wounds found on her body other than the ones caused by the knife. If you're suggesting she was strangled with the rope, then explain how her neck was completely spotless.
I'm sorry, I didn't know! I wasn't able to take a good look at the crime scene.
It's alright, Sawa.
Regardless, I do believe Miss Shion could be correct about the murder weapon being at the crime scene. I apologize for not having seen the crime scene myself, but... For those who did, do you perhaps have an idea of what the weapon could have been?
I'm not quite sure. But a friendly reminder, whatever killed her must not have been physical. So not a knife, rope, or brute force.
I got it! There is one particular spot in the crime scene that I haven't been able to tie back into this case yet. And that is the broken heater.
A broken heater?
How exactly is that a murder weapon?
I got it! The heater sitting in the corner of the classroom was drenched in water. You couldn't have missed the black spots covering the white metal.
The reason for the black spots was most likely because the metal itself was burned.
Yeah, weren't the wires cut open and the insides exposed to the water?
Precisely. If the heater was turned on in such a condition, it could cause a short circuit, or even an electrical fire.
Ooh, like an explosion?
Potentially.
See how if you mentioned this 15 minutes ago, we wouldn't have to waste time talking about the fucking knife?
But her body wasn't torn up into pieces. So was it really the explosion that killed her? Oh no, I just imagined that scene in my head.
Wait, isn't it obvious now? Water, machines, exposed wires. She was clearly killed by electrocution. I've solved the case. You may now bow down to your queen.
I got it! I understand why you think the cause of death is electrocution. But if that were to be true, how come there were no traces of it on the body? For instance, burn marks.
Great! Ugh, then that means we've totally run out of ideas.
Perhaps instead of electrocution, it was some other method. I'm still suspicious of the broken heater.
got it! Wait, if the heater was turned on when its wires were exposed to water, it would cause a short circuit, right?
Yes?
Well, just by common sense, wouldn't that produce a lot of smoke?
We can't really be sure of that if we haven't witnessed it ourselves.
But there's really no other answer. It has to have been the smoke.
And how exactly did the smoke kill her?
I got it! The smoke could have caused Kanei to asphyxiate. I think that might be her true cause of death.
That's it! That must be the answer!
If we consider asphyxiation by smoke as the cause of death, this would tick all the boxes. Not only would this explain how Kanei has no fatal wounds on her body, but also how the broken heater is involved in this case.
I must comment on this nonsense! Is it, though?
What do you mean?
There are a lot of ways that this killing method could go wrong. This needs to be discussed a bit more. Now, to asphyxiate someone with the smoke, like you said, you need to eliminate all of the oxygen within the room. But we can't be certain that the smoke from the heater can cover the entire room. In other words, we don't know how much smoke the heater actually generates after experiencing a short circuit.
Obviously, we wouldn't know if it's possible for the smoke to actually cover the entire room, since we never seen the short circuit according for ourselves. But the culprit knows, and the evidence at hand proves this.
What do you mean, evidence? If you can't prove that the smoke from the heater could cover the entire room, then you can't say it's the cause of death. And there's also another problem. Oxygen within the room can be replenished by moving through the cracks of the door.
I'll cut through those words! Hoshino, did you not take a look at the doors?
What?
There were tapes all over the door frames. This is what I meant. Even though we didn't know if the short circuit was able to generate enough smoke to deplete the entire room of oxygen, what matters is that the culprit knows, and that's the exact reason why they block up every single crevice on the doors with tape. They needed to make sure oxygen can't come inside the room, and smoke can't go out.
I see. There would be no reason for them to do that if they didn't plan to kill Miss Kanade with the smoke in the first place.
So, even though we ourselves don't know if it's possible for the broken heater to fill the entire room with smoke, the culprit's action of sealing off the door's crevices proved their intent in using the smoke as the murder method. Therefore, they must have known that causing the short circuit on the heater could accomplish that.
Yeah, and since the tape is super strong, it was also used to seal off the room. Because the doors didn't have a lock on them, only the tape could have been used to lock it.
Hold on, dude. Isn't that kinda stupid?
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Duh! If the doors were sealed up by tape from the inside, how would the killer get out of the room?
Good question.
Is this a case of a locked room murder? Oh, so this is one of those impossible crimes? Wait, that means this crime is impossible to solve.
Nope, it's totally possible if the victim was the killer herself.
You mean she set up the locked room and committed suicide? She was tied up in a rope.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that part. Wait, couldn't she have tied that rope herself?
Short answer, no. Long answer, we couldn't even untie the rope with our hands free. We had to use a knife to cut it. What makes you think it's possible for Kanade to have tied that rope herself?
How the hell should I know? Like, ain't it literally impossible for someone to escape if the doors are sealed? I know, right? Jita, help us! You said you've solved the case, right? You're asleep? With a sleeping mask on and everything? Hanako, what about you? You're smart. You've already solved this, right?
Sorry. I'm not really sure.
We're so doomed!
Hold on. There has to be an answer to this, right? Everyone, we should think together. Let's all give out ideas. Maybe one of them might stick. I know we can do this, so let's try our best.
A locked room mystery. How can we solve this?
God fucking damn it! What if they just used the key? Cause how can some tape seal off a door? Isn't that just a trick to make us think the room was locked from the inside?
Well, there's no keyhole, and the tape is definitely strong enough to seal the door.
But then, could they have been hiding inside the room the entire time?
But then we would have noticed them exiting the room.
Hold on. Actually, to expand on Sawa's idea, when we were all gathered in the banquet hall, they slashed off the tape and escaped the room. That would explain how they left the room undetected.
But that would mean the killer is a 17th person.
Yeah, I agree. It can't be one of us that killed her.
Could they have instead set up the tape from outside of the classroom?
That's impossible.
Then, perhaps the culprit had moved under the floorboards? We have not investigated the floor yet, have we?
No way there's a hidden tunnel in that room!
Well, if it's impossible for a human to have committed the crime, then the culprit has to be a witch!
Huh? It's not me!
A locked room mystery. How can we solve this?
God, because how can...
Well, but then...
Hold on, they slashed.
But that would mean... Could they have instead set up the tape from outside of the classroom?
I agree with that. There's only one way the perpetrator could have pulled this trick off. And that's by setting up the tape from outside the classroom.
Have you gone crazy? How would that work?
Yeah, that sounds hella counterintuitive. I think that's the right word.
Well, do you know it's possible to take up the glass panes on the door?
Huh? Really?
When everyone left the room to head to the elevator, Shion and I were the only people left in the room. When Shion exited the room, she moved the door a little, and it caused one of the glass panes to fall out. Theoretically, if the killer were to take all the glass panes out, they would gain enough access to tape up every corner of the door frame.
Wait, how big were those things again? Because I'm pretty sure the killer can't reach the bottom part of the door with their arm alone.
It's big. I'm pretty sure you could fit half your body through one of those panes. If the killer did this, they could have easily taped up the bottom of the door frame.
How would you know that would work if you haven't tried it yourself?
We didn't have time to investigate, let alone test this out. Obviously, I'm not sure if it would actually work. But can you think of any other answer to solve this locked room? With the evidence at hand, this theory seems the most conclusive.
I'm still not convinced. Trying to fit half a body through a small window still seems like a bit of a stretch. Without evidence such as self-testing, you can't conclusively state that this method is possible to accomplish by the culprit.
And? Do you have any evidence that's not possible for them to fit through the window? There's none. And you didn't even bother to come up with an alternative explanation to argue against my theory. So let me ask all of you this. Do any of you have other solutions to this locked room murder? See? Silence. Obviously, my theory is correct. There's no other possible way for the culprit to have set up this locked room. So how's that, Axe? There's no mystery left to explain. Are you satisfied with this conclusion?
Oh god, I'm so fucked up right now. Yeah, it's correct.
Are you high right now?
No. Don't you dare accuse me of such misdemeanors. Anyways, I'll need you to summarize the case once more from the top. And make it quick. God damn it, I'm bored as fuck.
Izumi, you've been taking notes in that notebook of yours, right?
Yeah?
Then you should be the one to do the summary. I'm sure you understand this case better than anyone here.
Oh, sure. No problem. This is the truth of the case. Since we lack a lot of evidence in regard to how this case actually plays out, most of this will just be speculation. I will use Hanako's version of events for some of the scenarios in this case. First, assuming Kaede Airi was also a contestant on the show who got kidnapped, she was somehow awakened before any of us and tried to find a way out of this place. But unfortunately, she was caught by the killer. Or perhaps the mastermind of this kidnapping. The culprit had already prepared a knife laced with sedative. Seeing the culprit armed with a weapon, she probably tried to run away. Unfortunately, the culprit managed to catch up to her and slash her continuously until the sedative rendered her unconscious. With the victim fully unconscious, the culprit dragged her away to the classroom. To ensure the victim wouldn't get out of the room, the culprit had tied her up in a chair with a rope they prepared. This was imperative for their method of murder to succeed. The method in question was through depleting the oxygen within the room by causing a short circuit via the heater. This was accomplished by exposing the heater's wires and pouring water over them. But before turning the heater on in these conditions, the culprit went ahead and used a roll of black tape. The tape was used to seal the left door of the classroom from the inside. As for the right door, they first pushed all the glass panes out of their frames. This would be important for their plan to create a locked room. By now, every step of preparation within the classroom was complete. This is when the culprit turned on the heater, causing a short circuit, before heading out the classroom via the right door. Then, all they needed to do was to use the black tape to seal the inner door frame on the right door from the outside. Thanks to the glass panes being removed, they could have easily taped up the door frames on the inside, all while being outside of the room. Finally, they put the glass panes back in their frames. With this, every nook and cranny of each door was completely sealed up. And with no oxygen being able to enter or smoke being able to exit, the room itself turned to a gas chamber. Thus, the victim succumbed to asphyxiation. How's that? Are we correct, X?
Good job, you're all correct. Okay, can you all leave now? I have paperwork to do.
Wait, we can leave now?
Leave this room, dumbass. You're not getting out of this place.
Oh.
Hold on. We're not done yet.
What do you mean we're not done? X said we could leave. Let's just fucking go! I am so sick of this place.
Yes, I must agree.
Yeah, the trial's over. You can all leave. Please leave.
Are you both serious? Someone was killed. An innocent girl brutally murdered. And all you can think about is yourself?
Shoji?
There's a criminal scum hidden among us. If we turn a blind eye to them, then we're no different than the killer themselves.
But X said, we don't have enough evidence to find the killer. Besides, the trial is over. So what's the point of doing this?
Not enough evidence? Are you saying you trust the words of our fucking kidnappers? Choosing liberty over your own morals. How can you even live with yourself knowing you're responsible for an innocent girl's death going forever unsolved. This case is not finished. Not until we find the criminal and bring Kanade the justice she deserves.
The answer is right there in front of you. It's Ichinose Shion. How many fucking times do I have to tell you all? None of you ever listen.
Who cares? I just want to get out of here.
No, you should care, actually. Think of it like this. We'll probably be living together from now on. Probably for a while. Are you really comfortable doing so? With the knowledge that there's a murderer among us, roaming around at night?
What?
If we don't weed out the snake in the grass now, who knows when one of us might be next to get bitten?
That's true. When you put it that way. Naniko's right. They won't be able to sleep at night if the killer's still on the loose.
I agree. It's best for all of us that we find the killer as soon as possible.
Yes. We need to find the killer to ensure our survival.
Yeah, right. As if you're not the killer.
Ha! Only Hanako could convince you of her reasoning, huh? Of course. You people only care about finding the killer when it concerns your own safety.
Still, how can we trust X? How could one of us be the killer? Isn't that just a lie X made up to split us apart?
It's not a lie. We have evidence to prove that, don't we? Evidence that only one of us could have been the killer.
Huh?
But then, where do we even start? Everything the perpetrator did thus far has been done while we were unconscious and unaware of what was happening. Are you saying we need to find the person who wasn't unconscious among us? How do we do that?
Wait. Everything the perpetrator did thus far has been while we were unconscious?
Is that wrong?
That's not true.
What?
I got it! The killer could have only turned off the tape when we're all conscious.
Could you kindly clarify what you mean by that?
At first, the classroom doors remained locked due to the tape sealing them shut. It was only when someone used a sharp object to slide through the tape via the cracks in the door frame that the doors were finally unlocked. But none of us were able to witness the culprit performing this action, right? That's because they could have only done this when we were all gathered inside the banquet hall.
So, they intentionally did it during our gathering to avoid witnesses, yes?
But that doesn't mean one of us did it! It's obviously X, but it could also be a 17th person!
You're fucking delusional.
What? X has the ability to control our minds! How do we know if anything we're seeing or hearing is true? Don't you guys get it? We're being messed with!
I would just like to clarify that my powers don't go beyond manifesting myself in front of you all. Or manifesting the case file. Or just, killing you. But, that's it. I can't give you hallucinations or whatever. I don't have the authority to do that. I need to follow the rules too, you know.
I know who the culprit is.
What?
What now?
Well...
I got it! Shion's the culprit.
What?
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
Miss Shion did this! I do not know how to react!
Why are you all acting surprised? As if I didn't say she's the killer like a million times already?
That's because you don't have the reasoning to back it up.
She fucking beat that girl near to death. She's a bully. Is that not enough reasoning for you people? Ichinose Shion. After what you did to Kanade Eri, and after everything you've done, don't you ever fucking dare call yourself human!
I understand she's currently our main suspect, but still, we need to hear your explanation on this, Izumi.
We have already concluded that the tape was cut when we were all gathered at the banquet hall, right? Well, during the gathering, one of us was missing. It was you, Shion.
What? I didn't go to the classroom.
I didn't notice you were missing, but I guess by saying that, you kind of admitted that you were gone.
I thought you just didn't want to face Katsuragi when we were in the banquet hall, and that's why you left. You said you went to the garden for a breather, but that was a lie, wasn't it?
What? It's not a lie!
Izumi's explanation makes sense. Only you could have cut the tape.
So Ichinose Shion's the killer. We should have known.
This whole time, we should have listened to Katsuragi.
Yes. I must apologize, Miss Katsuragi, for not believing you.
Why do you think I was so adamant about it if I was lying about her character?
A woman says something 1,000 times and nobody believes her. But when a man says it once... Weren't you the one who doubted Katsuragi this whole time?
Miss Shion, what do you have to say for yourself?
What? I'm not the culprit. I didn't cut the tape, and I didn't go to the classroom. I swear!
Shut up! You fucking liar! Fucking criminal! Who else could have done it? If not you?
Huh?
Well...
Must be fate! That's Cap.
Pardon me?
Stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yep, it's canon.
Skill issue.
The fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Stupid bitch disorder.
gas cap.
I need a break.
The hell?
Calm down, please!
What?
What?
I need a break.
Bitch.
The hell?
Yep, it's canon.
Negative aura.
Indeed.
That's amazing!
Stand down!
I need a break.
Excuse me. No.
Yeah.
So,
It's giving. Pardon me?
You can shut up now.
I'm so done.
What?
Calm down, please! Hear me out.
The hell?
That's not.
What?
I understand. And that's exactly why I believe that we all should be wary of Ichinose Shion.
The hell?
Huh?
It's all right.
Huh? Huh?
What?
Huh?
Oh, hey.
What?
could you? Just so you know,
Mm-hmm.